Hey, Kevin. So the first thing that I'm doing for your local SEO audit here is I'm basically going online and I'm trying to see how many times or how often I can actually find your business listed online. See what kind of an online presence you have. And I typed in the most specific thing I can do to search for any business, which is the business name and the address that was provided. So in doing so, if there was any remnant of your business online, I should have been able to find it just from that. But unfortunately, it doesn't show up anywhere. You have, as far as I can tell, zero online presence for your business. There were a couple different times that I did this search in different ways, just trying to see if I could find anything. It came up with a home value for your house on Zillow, I think it was, showing how much your house was previously purchased for because your business address appears to be your home address, but there's nothing actually about your business anywhere. So that's the first thing. Now, that's when I Googled your business name and address specifically. I was specifically looking for your business, having already known that it exists. Now, if I was a customer or a commercial client and I was looking for commercial floor cleaning services of any kind, then I would do a search more like this. So I go to Google and I type in commercial floor cleaning services, New Carlton, Maryland. And I don't know if you service surrounding areas like DC or Silver Springs or Bethesda, but I just decided to do it as close as possible to your business address. I didn't want to make any assumptions there. Well, it looks like just in your general region, there isn't much competition because this is the map pack that I was telling you about on the phone, the Google Map section, and this is where we want your business to be listed is among these results right here. But as you can see, there are only two. Now, typically when you do a search for any business, let me pull up another tab here and I'll show you. If I was to search for an electrician in, say, Scottsdale, and go down here, and there's 3 listed there, and if I click on more, then you can see there's so many more electricians in Scottsdale. And half of these electricians haven't even set up their Google My Business page, don't even have websites or anything. They're just indexed as businesses. I mean, there's some presence of them online enough to where they got indexed automatically on Google, even if they didn't set it up. Now, obviously, most of them aren't ranking very well because of that, but at least there is a presence of them online somewhere if you dig deep enough. Now, with commercial floor cleaning in New Carrollton, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, there's almost no competition. So there isn't even a more choices link down here that I can click on to expand that and see more than just these two. It is just those two that come up. So now what these pages are, they are Google My Business pages, and Google My Business is kind of like a social media profile for businesses. It's Google's version of social media for businesses, so that businesses can be found on Google that are local to where the searcher is searching from. So if somebody is searching for floor cleaning services in New Carrollton, Maryland, then it's going to pop up with the most nearby, most relevant floor cleaning services. And that's what this local results section is all about. So the number 1 result here is MOL Enterprises, and as you can see, the second one down here, number 2 rank, Anago of Washington D.C., they have a website and directions. The number 1 has 1 5-star review, and it doesn't even have a website or directions. So if I click on these guys here, these are the ones that will be trying to outrank you. Now, you don't need to worry about Merry Maids or Modern Carpet One. I actually looked into those two. They're not really competition for you. This is more, Merry Maids is more residential. Modern Carpet One, Floor and Home, they're selling flooring. They're not cleaning flooring. And on top of that, as you can see by these little ad logos right here. These are paid ads, which we don't do because they're not as cost efficient as doing local SEO. Every time somebody clicks on one of these, then they're paying anywhere from 50 cents to $5 for every single time somebody clicks on it. Not if they buy their services, just if they click on that link. So what we're looking at is the organic results down here. Now, a lot of times when you do a search, you're not going to see ads up here. Sometimes you do. But getting up there is, in the organic listings, is where the real money is made and where the real return on investment comes from, because it's a fixed cost. If you're using ads up here like these, that's a variable cost because you're paying 50 cents to $5 every time somebody clicks on it. Versus down here, it's a fixed monthly cost, anywhere from $200 to $600 a month. And if 10,000 people click on it, you're still paying the same amount. It's not $5 per click or anything crazy like that. So as you can see, the return on investment would be much greater if there's enough demand for your services in your area. And then now, as you can see here, they've got the one review, like I said. They don't have a phone number. They don't have a website listed. There are some pictures on here. I don't know if they even purposely uploaded these or if those were just scraped from other places where Google found photos that were tagged with their business name. And they've got that one review, and that's it. Now, I was trying to see if they have a website at all, and I came down here and I found this link. Now, when I click on this, it takes me to, oh, that didn't happen last time I clicked on it. But anyways, it took me to a place that had a website listed there, and then I clicked on it, and the website isn't even active. There's no actual website there. It just says that they're waiting on someone to do something with it. I don't know if they just let it expire or whatever the case may be, but they really have no website effectively. Now, if we go down to number 2, it's probably just that one 5-star review that's keeping them at number 1 over these guys here, which is kind of amazing to me. But if we click here, they're missing their business hours, but at least they've got their website, their phone number, their address, all there. And that's what you want. I mean, you've got pictures that are obviously uploaded by them. It's got their little slogan there. There's only 2 pictures, and one of them is actually Google put there themselves because that's like the street view of the address that's provided. So they really only have the one photo. Now, if we go down here, we can see that they've got their website here, which I've already opened up. And this is a beautiful website. I actually know the company that built this website, and they do build very beautiful websites. I can build the exact same kind of website, but the key is, now I probably wouldn't even bother building websites if it didn't have so much to do with ranking my clients in that top 3 of the local search results like I was talking about, because having a local SEO optimized website is one of the 3 main factors that gets you ranked in that top 3 when people searches for a business like yours in your area. So if we scroll down here, you can see they've got their address in the footer. They've got some social links, which is good. They have a link to a Google map, but they don't actually have the Google map embedded, which I'm kind of surprised to see. Now, having a Google map embedded is a huge, very basic part of doing on-site SEO like this. What I did notice is if you hover over these, you've got the different menus. If you go to Contact Us, they actually do have a Google map embedded over here, so at least they have one somewhere. I mean, better on the contact page than not at all. But they've got their phone number up here. If they had their hours laid out just like they are or would be otherwise shown on Google, but they don't even have them here. So let me see if I can find you an example. I'll just do mine. So if I search for local SEO services in Prescott, Arizona, which is where I'm based out of, and see I come up number 1 here. But if we click on my Google My Business listing, and see, as you can see up here, sometimes the ads that pop up above aren't even relevant because I have nothing to do with making cabinets. So you can see if you click on the hours here, the way that that's laid out, if you were to just take that and copy and paste it into the website, somewhere down in the footer, or maybe up here next to all the other contact information, that's another strong signal to Google, because it looks exactly the same way it does on Google, and they're indexing it. So that's just one little trick right there. Now you can see all the different photos that I've got here. Yes, that's actually me. But all these photos are what's called geotagged. And basically what that means is when you take a photo on, let's say, your phone or something of that nature, even if you don't have the GPS turned on, it still geotags your photo. It records the latitude and longitude of where that photo was taken, and it geotags it. It says, this photo was taken, over here in this location in whatever city. That doesn't have to do necessarily with your business unless you take that photo while you're actually at your own business address. Now, all of these photos I've geotagged with my own business address. So Google thinks that all of these photos were taken at my place of business, which again sends much stronger signals to Google that my business is where I say it is, that it's legitimate, that it's relevant, and that it should be therefore ranked higher, which is, as you can see, that's why I'm ranked #1 for local SEO in my area. So getting out of there, so if we go over here, they're missing all this stuff. They've got one image there. It's probably not even geotagged. So anyways, the point is there's very little competition here. Now, because I couldn't find a website for MOL Enterprises, it's kind of a moot point for me to compare your business against theirs, just based on how SEO works. So I'm going to do the comparison to Anago of Washington, D.C. here. So there's their website here, which, yeah, it's a beautiful website. If I had to rank it on a scale of 1 to 10 for on-site SEO, I would probably give it about a 3. So we can go ahead and close out of there. They've got a 3 out of 10 on their website. And the only reason I build websites is for SEO. So mine would no doubt obviously be a 9 or a 10 out of 10. Now, this is a scan of your business with the address that you provided. And there are 3 major factors, I should say, to ranking in the top 3 in the local Google search results. There's your on-site SEO, which we just talked about, which is how well is your website optimized for local SEO. And then there is what's called external SEO. And external SEO is basically where is your business mentioned or listed online out on the rest of the internet. Because if you have your name, address, and a phone number for your business the same listed in as many places on the internet as you can, as long as they're the correct places, there are some places that Google will penalize for, but in all the legitimate places, then that sends a huge signal to Google, again, that this is a legitimate business. It's been mentioned on all these different websites that Google has crawled and indexed. It just makes it more legitimate in the eyes of Google, and makes them basically the Google algorithm believe that it's more relevant to searches. So it's kind of like regular SEO and backlinks. These are kind of like backlinks and regular SEO. But it's like listings like Facebook, Yelp, Foursquare, MapQuest, Local.com, for example. Now, the only reason this says that your listings are 100% inaccurate, it's not quite that they're 100% inaccurate, it's that they 100% don't exist. So you can see all these different places where you don't have any listings set up of any kind. And this is huge when it comes to getting ranked in the Google top 3 there in the local results. So now if I was to go over to what was her name, Anago of Washington, D.C., it shows that they're 29% inaccurate. And again, that the word inaccurate there is a little bit misleading, because it's more that out of these main sites here, there are 29% that they're not really listed on. So as you can see with all of these sites that they are listed on, like Yelp here, for example, they've got Anago, Washington, D.C., they've got that address and that phone number. And with every single listing that they have, it's exactly the same. Now, for example, if one of these, like let's just say yellowpages.com here or yp.com, if their address was listed as 8400 Corporate Drive, but Drive was spelled out D-R-I-V-E rather than just the abbreviation DR, then that would actually be a point against them for Google. It would show that that address is inconsistent with the addresses that it has crawled elsewhere on the web, and it would basically say, oh, well, here, here's this what appears to be the same business, but the address is different, because Google can't tell when it's scraping these websites that Drive is the same as the abbreviation DR. It's not that sophisticated to know that that's the same address, even though it's spelled differently. So basically what that does is it says, oh, well then, maybe it's not the same one, so we're not going to give it quite as much credibility or quite as much rank when it comes to ranking in the local results. So you can see there's quite a few listings that they don't have. The ones that they do have are pretty much perfectly optimized, but there's a lot here that they're missing. So the first thing I would do, with the obvious exception of building you an SEO optimized website, would be to basically build you citations on all these sites, like Yahoo, Bing, Yelp, MapQuest, or start off with all the ones that they already have. So I would match their external SEO by listing the exact same ones that they already have, and then I would go a step beyond and start listing your business and all of the ones that they don't have. Now, Facebook, that's one that I don't touch. If you want to make a Facebook profile for your business, I certainly highly encourage it, but we don't mess with actual social media here. But like Mercantile Circle, Yellow Moxie, Tupelo, Avantar, Yellow and White Pages, all of these different ones. Chamberofcommerce.com is a huge one. So we would go through, we'd match the ones that they have, and then we would one-up them by listing you on the ones that they don't yet have. And all of the different data aggregators and citations that you can see just on this page, this is just a small fraction of the ones that are actually out there. There are thousands and thousands of different sites to list it on, and the more you have, the stronger your local SEO, and the more difficult it will be for anyone to pass you in the rankings. Now with my service, depending on the package that you get, there's going to be a certain number of initial citations that we do, just sort of as a kickstart, and then after that we build 10 new citations every single month, along with doing some other things. But when it comes to the external SEO, we continually build out your citations to make your SEO stronger and stronger and stronger, so that not only do we get you to the top, but we guarantee, well, we don't guarantee, there's no guarantees in life, but we can virtually guarantee that we will keep you at the top unless somebody else does something crazy, in which case we will adjust and then start fighting fire with fire from there. But I think that just about covers it. Now the only other thing that plays into it, there was the on-site SEO that we talked about. We just talked about the external SEO. The other, probably the most important factor in ranking here, is actually having a Google My Business page. So right here, for example, Anago, Washington, D.C., they have a Google My Business page. It is not very well built out at all. They're missing a lot of different things. Geotagged images, any relevant posts, business hours, reviews, for example, is huge. So the first step would be to build you one of these Google My Business pages, because that is actually that's the entity, that's the thing that shows up when somebody searches. This right here is a Google My Business page. These are all Google My Business pages. So we have to build you one of those so that we can actually rank it. So that when somebody searches for, carpet cleaning or hardwood floor cleaning or whatever type of floor cleaning anywhere near your location, that you actually have a page that can rank here, right? And then we start ranking it with the on-site and the external SEO that we talked about. So it's pretty scientific. I can see exactly what your competition is doing, obviously. I can see why they are ranked number one. I can see what they've done exactly, from like down to the citation and every little thing that they do, what they've done to rank number one, which tells me exactly how to outdo them. So it really is just pretty much down to a science here. So I don't think I have anything more. If you have any questions, please reach out, email or phone number. You've got my phone number, 928-238-3400. I'm kind of sporadically available, so if I don't answer, please do leave a message. So I look forward to hearing from you.